You arrive at the Leech Pit, finding it less rowdy than last time. The bar is still packed, but the scene is empty tonight. Instead, the old crackling speakers are playing music that would probably sound like noise even on high-end hardware. Mia is nowhere to be seen, but you do remember she requested that you asked for her at the bar. You approach the bar as the bartender done pouring the beer to an older guy in a grayed-out, fraying Iron Maiden t-shirt. She turns to you. Oh, bartender is a she. What can I get ya? Is Mia around? I was told to ask about Mia. Did anyone leave a message for me? She doesn't know who you are. Why would anyone leave a message? Is Mia around? Hey, is Mia around? No, she's not in tonight. She looks you up and down, and the spark of recollection shines in her eye. Oh yeah, that's right. She takes a well-worn book from behind the counter. Some kind of... yeah, vampire novel? I'm trying to think what yeah could mean. I don't know what that is. She produces a piece of paper from between the book's pages and passes it to you. She told me you'd be interested in reading this. You find a relatively quiet corner and take a look at the note. She wants to meet you. I'll arrange it, but you need to prove you're trustworthy. Look around the Leech Pit for a guy named Bruce. Buff dude, stiff tattoo on his right arm. I'm 90% sure he's somebody's retainer, sent here to spy on us by the cam. Get me the name of his master and write it on a card, and return it to a bar. Okay, can I check what that is? Okay, I know who Baron is. Human who serves a vampiric master. Kindred rarely go without at least a few of his mortals, both for convenience and protection. Why not just get ghouls, though? It doesn't take you long to locate his Bruce. He sits alone in the corner, 2 beer glasses already empty on his table. Take a moment to consider your approach. Why not? Ask about his master's name up front. You figure you have the time to feed before confronting this guy. You keep your eye on him, but look for a good opportunity in the meantime. Won't you know it? Half passed out. Patron near the toilets is almost begging for somebody's attention. You prop him up, as if to help him stand straight. His breath reeks of alcohol, breath. You bite into his neck right above his tank top. Careful to drink just a little and fast. You don't get to enjoy the full palate. It is the closest to a beer you've had in a while, though. The man slumps in your arms, mumbles something under his breath, and you settle him down quietly near the emptied kegs in the back. Somebody will come and pick him up for sure. Temporarily sated, you turn your attention back to the task at hand. That's when you look eye the Bruce. He's been standing there just meters away, and for a while, you think. He slinks away from the main area and walks outside. He knows what you are for sure. You follow him out, expecting to have to run after him, but he's there, having a cigarette.
Yo, I had a feeling you joined me. You smoke?
He pushes a lighter closer to you, a flame triggering a primal fear in you that forces you to take a step back and bump into another patron who is just leaving the bar. Yeah, FYI, vampires are scared of fire because it's really damaging to them.
Huh, yeah, didn't think so. You've been staring at me at the bar before. What do you want?
I know you're a spy, I know you're somebody's servant. It's just business. I'm here on business. I want to know who you serve and then I'll be gone.
2 words. Blow.
He breathes cigarette smoke straight in your face.
Me.
Okay, I can do that.
And you can take it so many ways.
He flicks the cigarette at you, and you flinch. It's all it takes for him to dash away, much faster than a human should be able to. A ghoul, like I said. He's Bolton, alright. Celerity? No, potence. Use potence. Throwing caution to the wind, you focus your blood and give chase after Bruce. He might be faster than a human, but his abilities are a fraction of yours. He dashes into a nearby alley and you follow suit. Before he can jump a fence, you tackle him to the ground. Short brawl later, you're standing a few meters apart, Bruce eyeing you with hatred. You clash again, but this time you're not pulling any punches. Bruce's ribs crack, and you dislocate his shoulder, break a few of his teeth. You're done with him, he is a mess.
Please. Oh, fuck no more, man, please.
Ready to talk?
Samir, her name's Samir, okay? Just no more, please.
Leave him there better than alone. He should have talked when he had the chance. Yeah, I gave you a chance, man. Or at least that's what you're telling yourself as you make your way back to a leech pit. Time to leave something for Mia. You borrow a pen from a bar and turn Mia's note to the other side. Samira. You put the name down on the piece of paper, hoping you get it right. You pass the piece of paper to the bartender. She sticks it back in the same book. Yeah, you know, really would be nice if I could just have a log of characters somewhere, because I think I might have met Samir somewhere before. But I'm not 100% sure. Also, I think that guy is staring at me. Hold on 1 second. She wanted me to pass something on to you. She produces a cell phone from behind the counter. It's Asian, at least 15 years out of date. So just like mine. Da-da-da-da-da-da. My cell phone is actually really old. Oh, right on this. An old charger from a piece of junk in your hand. They really did think about everything. She said she'll be in touch. It takes you a moment to remind yourself how to operate this thing, and you find the phone book is blank. There's no Wi-Fi connectivity and no messages left. Wow, it has Wi-Fi? Incredible. It's got a version of Snake though. Oh! Glorious! The bartender is already over at the other end of her domain, taking orders from patrons. If you are in her contact nowhere in sight, you decide to move on for the night. Hopefully your educated guesses based on the scraps of info you collected will be enough to have Mia call you. Not enough? Okay. Still in the middle of the night. Nice. The gift talk keeps on giving. It's been a while since you heard from D'Angelo. Maybe he's busy, sticking his nose where it doesn't belong. Maybe he's pissed off around people and is now rotting in a ditch somewhere. Either way, now is the goodest time as any to check up on him. Damn, even that quest text still reads like a detective narration. You make your way through a now familiar rusty maze of the grain terminal and up the stairs to D'Angelo's office. This time, however, you find the room firmly locked. There's a note pinned to the door. You rip it off and scan through the crooked lettering. Why is it written like that? I'm just gonna do. There has been an old one. As you know, come to the best corner of Pulaski and Gavi ASAP. Looks like D'Angelo could use your help, especially with his writing. Better get going. As you approach the address D'Angelo gave you, a squad car passes you by, sirens blazing. Following it, you make a turn from the Kalb Ave into Polanski Street. Sure enough, the street is awash with red light and the 4 of police cars parked in the nearest corner, next to an ambulance, confirming that you're in the right place. You move closer to what appears to be New York's finest convention, looking around in the hope of spotting a familiar, if not altogether pleasant face. No such luck. True to his Nosferatu lineage, D'Angelo is nowhere to be seen. You spot on a sidewalk across the street trying not to draw attention. You stop on a sidewalk across the street trying not to draw attention to yourself. All of a sudden, one of the cops standing by the entrance to the building looks straight at you. He gives you a double take and you instinctively look away. Bad move, you think to yourself as you notice him making his way toward you. Calmly wait for him to approach. There's a ton of cops, make a run for it would be stupid. I mean, I can get away, but it just would not work out well for me in the end. No, just stand there. Don't allow panic to set in, you stand your ground, doing your best ordinary citizen impression. The cop waddles across the street toward you, his sense of authority putting that extra spring in his step. You try to remain calm even as he puts his hand on his holster. Shit, you can't help but mouth a word. This is about to get messy. Suddenly he stops as if instinctively realizing he was just inches away from a grisly demise. He waves at you dismissively and yells in a thick Brooklyn accent. Crap, I can't do Brooklyn accent, I think. So yeah, just normal voice. Hey, this is an active crime scene. Be on your way. Hey! You lived but try not to show it. You put on your grumpy New Yorker face and start to walk away. So basically my normal face. As you make your way past the dark alleyway, someone grabs you by the arm and pulls you into the shadows. Good thing I didn't run. If the smell of a cigar and cheap cologne didn't give him away, the gravely voice sure does. No, it's safe. I mean, time to show your face around in the first place, but still. Come on, I've parked around the corner. Before you know it, you're sitting in the passenger seat of a busted old sedan parked halfway a block away, giving you a nice view of a police gathering. An opportunity we can take on. Another error? A bug? You can take them, no said. See? There's only 2 of them. That enough. Might be more inside. I don't know, kid, I can take risky, but this seems downright stupid. Grow some balls! Fuck it! Come on, did you drop the ball? Did your balls drop off along with most of his skin? Where's your sense of adventure? He leers at you. Though he'd never admit it, you can tell it got to him a bit. Phone, kid. Fun. Fine, let's do it your way. Hell, I was getting hungry anyway. Just take it slow, don't make a mess of it. Get in close before you make a move. You take one. I'll never ever. Nice and clean. You get out of the car, careful not to slam the door behind you. You take a good look around, scoping out the area and making sure no one's around. As you cross the street, you look back and note that D'Angelo is no longer in the car. Good. Let's hope he gets in position for when it's time to act. Well, he's much better at this than me because he can turn invisible. You mosey along the sidewalk, getting closer to the 2 cops. As you get closer, one of them looks your way and with a look in his face, saying, "Can I help you?" Before he can open his mouth, you bounce onto him, sinking your teeth into his neck. Fighting off the urge to save at the moment, you quickly make off into the shadows of a nearby alley. Where away from prying eyes, you lean the unconscious cop against an overstuffed dumpster and finish your meal. It's not the most appetizing environment, but it'll have to do. You make it quick and to a point, gulping down the precious blood as if it were your last. In the corner of your eye, you see that D'Angelo and the other officers have joined the feast. Once you both had your fill, you lean the officers against the wall, mindful to put their hats back on. Don't let anyone say you're not respectful of authority. In the quiet before that alley, for a brief moment you stand there, listen intently, looking around for any witnesses. Not a soul. Looks like you get lucky this time. Finding a crime scene proves easy enough. You just follow the yellow police tape and before you know it, you're standing in the middle of what used to be someone's living room. The place had been completely trashed. Knocked over furniture, shattered glass works. Looking around, you notice a sign scribbled on a nearby wall. It reads, "His gift, our fate." You're no expert in typography, but the curved letters look similar to the ones you saw in Red Hook. Sure enough, there's very little in terms of blood, save for the occasional stain was bound to end up on the carpet once you toss someone through a glass coffee table. D'Angelo leans against the doorway. He seems lost in his thoughts, sucking on his cigar compulsively and mumbling to himself. You lean in a bit, trying not to make it obvious you're listening in. You manage to catch the last few lines of his monologue. "He's been kind to them so far, but the question keeps boiling on and now they've found themselves amidst the wreckage of another life. It was up to them to sift through the debris and come up with a neat little pile of answers." Suddenly he tenses up as if sensing your eyes upon him. "Feel free to chip in, kid. Anything catches your eye." No blood, same as before. "Where is blood, though?" Another piece of graffiti. The place is a mess. Someone sure did a number on this place. "That they did. Any more to that thought?" Clear signs of a struggle. The victim wasn't mesmerized. The victim was fully conscious. If the killer is kindred, they're not so good at this whole vampire stick. "Bingo. No properly fledged vampire would allow themselves to be this sloppy. God damn it, I hate where this is going." Why, it looks like you were right. Why, the thin blood's angle seems to check out. Looks like you were right. Yeah, that's as if... Well, this time I'd rather be wrong, alright. Anyway, looks like we're not getting any more out of this place. No way around it, we gotta see the body. Is that really necessary? Protecting the thin bloods? Sure, might as well be prudent. In for a penny, in for a pound, might as well be prudent. What for exactly? Duskborn have it bad as it is. If I'm gonna accuse them of breaking the masquerade, I want solid evidence, and I mean rock fucking solid. Okay, just wanna check a little thing. What's the order for this? Legend, kinder, tradition, domain, every tower, shield, bloodborne, age. Where's the thin bloods? I don't see it. Am I blind? Oh, there it is. Duskborns. Okay, yeah, I just wanted to confirm that. But he calls them that, so there is some respect in him towards thin blood. Now if we also might know someone who will get us in audience without duly deported. To your surprise, he pulls out a cell phone, busted old clamshell. He flips it open and spends a good minute browsing through the contacts, muttering to himself. Finally he makes a call. Hey, you know who it is? Yeah, a favor you owe me? Show him to deliver. Listen, I know you got a fresh one with murder in the bed store. I need to take a look. Yeah, no. Yeah, you'd better. With that he hangs up and gives you his trademark for a smile. Aren't cell phones forbidden? Wait, what? Why? Did I miss a memo? Why would they be forbidden? Hold up. Cell phones have been issued from a camera. Since when? When did that get mentioned? What the hell? Only if you tell him. Okay, I didn't use it willy-nilly, alright? It's for special occasions. You don't always have time to throw fucking rocks at the windows. Can you live with that? Should I worry about being sent to a principal's office? I'm not gonna rat on you, you kidding me? Relax, D, I'm not gonna rat on you. You should see a smile. For some reason it looks less crooked than usual. Good to know, kid. Anyway, it looks like my guy's gonna come through. Next stop, Kings County. Kings County, the bleeding heart of Brooklyn. Okay, I just wanna take a look around. Ah, damn, I can't get over how beautiful it all is. It's so grimy and kinda dirty, but there's still beauty in all this. It's beating as hard as ever, with ambulance and after ambulance been bringing in sick and wounded New Yorkers to be pumped through the tight arteries of the healthcare system. It's a dangerous place for a candidate to show their face, innocently crowded and full of people who specialize in noticing all sorts of physical afflictions, especially the sort that makes up the very essence of a vampire's existence, for instance death. As someone who dealt with doctors for a while, I can tell you that they don't really care or notice many things. They are overworked and underpaid. Well, I don't know, maybe in US it's very different. Thankfully, business here tonight keeps you away from hectic human hive of the ER. Instead, you follow D'Angelo to a relatively quiet part of the underground parking lot, what's closest to your current point of interest, the Kings County morgue. Having found yourself a convenient and suitably unlit spot near the hospital wall, you wait patiently for D'Angelo contact to appear. Every now and then you glance over to the undead gumshoe, as if to make sure his moldy mug isn't showing any signs of worry. It doesn't, or at least he is very good at hiding it. Finally, after 30 minutes or so, a lone figure emerges from the side entrance. As a human-shaped shadow walks by, you're quick to recognize him as the EMT you saw back at the murder site. Clearly nervous, the 20-something-year-old redhead can't seem to help but look back, making sure no one is following him. Finally he stops and lights up a cigarette. Without even looking in your direction, he takes a puff and exclaims, seemingly to no one in particular, "Room 112, you got 20 minutes." D'Angelo speaks without looking at you. "That's all you." You follow the fanged detective through the same door the EMT walked out of. Luckily this wing of the hospital seems unusually empty. Oh yeah, of course there's gonna be a lot of people walking around the morgue. Still, the confidence with which D'Angelo makes his way through the white and green corridors makes it clear he's been here before. Finally he stops in front of one of the doors. Room 112, that's your stop. The room is small, with only one oversized freezer by a wall, and a single slab mounted in its center. Sure enough, the body of a middle-aged man is sprayed out on its steel surface. Oh, I would not want to be in a place like this. Ooh. Again, looks great. Even for a dead man, he seems unnaturally pale. Extreme blood loss will do that to you. Try as you might, you can't help but look at the man's face, his features twisted in abject horror. This was not a peaceful death. Looking closely, you notice two small puncture wounds on the victim's neck. If ever there was a clearer sign of a vampire attack, you've yet to see it. Looking over to D'Angelo, you notice his lips moving in a familiar motion. He is narrating again. Before he can utter an ineligible word, you cut in with a remark. Sucked dry just like the last one. Are those teeth marks? Look at his face. His face? Jesus, look at his face. It's like nightmare fuel. No kidding. Which means he was fully aware all the way through. He knew he was doing. Which combined with the blood loss and the teeth marks on his neck confirms our hypothesis. We have a thin-blooded serial and fuck. As if on cue, the door swings open. A tired-looking man with a stethoscope around his neck walks in. With his eyes fixed on the clipboard, he doesn't appear to notice you. Yet. Yeah. Yeah, I can't see a better option out of this. Letting your instincts take over, you pounce on the unsuspecting doctor, plunging your fangs into his aorta. The precious liquid tastes sickeningly sweet, making you feel a bit lightheaded. It appears a good doctor has been getting high on his own supply. It takes a moment to get your fill, but when you're finally done, you immediately feel D'Angelo's eyes upon you. You start coming up with an excuse, but he just smirks. "You're quick, kid. I'll give you that. Bit me to it by a pube. Now come on, let's get out of here. Time to pay our dear Primogen another visit." Robert Larson's home looks about the same as last time. No added security, no angry dogs prowling in the yard. It appears with the thin-blood Primogen would rather risk now a visit from his old pal, D'Angelo, than to rouse suspicion of his family and neighbors. Which is good, considering that's what he's about to get. Sure enough, a light in Larson's study is on, and you even catch a glimpse of a man himself shuffling around the room. You look over to D'Angelo, wondering how you're ever going to get Larson's attention this time. Not a single word, D'Angelo walks over to a nearby street lamp and leans against it, making sure he's visible to any and all who happen to look. Looks like the time for subtlety is over. It only takes a couple of minutes for Larson to take notice. You see him lean against the window and storm out of a room. In a mere seconds, he's out front and in D'Angelo's face. "Listen to me, you motherfucker! I've had just about enough of your shit. You wanna pass to me, fine, but leave my family out of it." For a moment, D'Angelo just stands there motionless, allowing Larson to get his frustrations out. Then he grabs the thin blood by the collar and lifts him off the ground and smashes his back against the lamppost. "Oh, we're finished. Alright, now listen to me and listen good. You think I'm enjoying this? You think I'd like to be jerked around? You think I got nothing better to do than hang around with this puppet theater you made for yourself? No, I will give you a lead, and I can follow, or I'll start remembering things you'd rather forget." For the first time since you met him, Larson looks speechless. His eyes wide with fear, he can only mutter under his breath. "You wouldn't dare join me." Cue awkward silence. You stand there, shifting your eyes from one vampire to another. Guess it's time to either press the advantage or play the good cop. Come on, Larson, spit it out. Take it easy, D'Angelo.
Oh yes, play with his roleplay. That's the best thing to do.
Take it easy, D'Angelo. Let's not make a scene.
Why not? I like making a scene. It's not like I get the shit done. Might as well make a show of it.
If you want my help, put me the fuck down. With his feet back on the ground, Larson straightened his collar in a faint attempt at preserving some shred of dignity. "There's a place in Manhattan, over East Side. One of the places in the city where my people can find shelter."
"Yeah, I know it.
If you go there right now, you might find what you're looking for." He knew. Why was he protecting him? Why was he protecting the killer if he knew? D'Angelo stares at him for a moment, just long enough to make it uncomfortable.
"It better."
Finally, D'Angelo loosens his grip. You both watch Larson limp back to his house, looking back over his shoulder like he's gonna tell the teacher on you. You look to your partner, meaning to ask what that whole things you'd rather forget deal was. As if sensing your curiosity, D'Angelo cuts in with a preemptive matter.
"Come on, we've got what we came for."
As you reach the address Larson gave you, you find yourself standing in front of what looks like an old garage. On the outside, the place looks as interesting as it gets. You'd think it abandoned, if not for a few barely working lights illuminating its shabby facade. Once you're inside, however, if ever was a place worthy of being wretched scum, a hive of scum and villainy, this is probably it. The room is littered with drunks and crackheads, human and thin bloods alike, their minds lost in their cruel little worlds, their bodies splayed out across the floor. D'Angelo leans over and whispers in your ear.
"I'll call the back door. You stay near the front. Let's look around and see what we can find."
Before you can ask what exactly you're supposed to be looking for, D'Angelo disappears into the shadows. Look around quietly, try to flush your killer out. I don't have aspects though. Try to flush your killer out. Flushing would be bad. it would cause chaos and control, and it would be much more difficult. In it, he can probably run away, so quietly is the way to go. Doing your best to blend in with the crowd, which is fairly difficult considering your upright position, you slowly make your way across a large room. Not really knowing what you're looking for, you focus on the details, an own smirk, hateful stare, anything that looks even the slightest bit suspicious. After a dozen or so empty stares, you're almost ready to give up, when suddenly something catches your eye. A young, skinny woman hunched in a corner of a room. She gives you a bewildered look, 1,000-yard stare, what tells you beyond a shadow of a doubt it's her. As you walk towards her, the angel emerges from a shadow right next to you. Nice catch. He kneels down beside her. You can tell he's trying to sound as comforting as possible, but with his gravely timbre, it's not really working out.
It's okay. You know it's hurt you, just wanna talk.
No, don't talk, too loud, too loud. She seems halfway out of it. It's like lights around, but whoever's inside is stumbling around after one hell of a bender.
Alright, you're like quiet, got it. Can you tell me your name?
Sana, that's what he called me. Suddenly you hear the door swing open behind you. Even though the night is fairly warm, a cold chill runs down your spine. But I can't feel it though. You look toward the entrance. There's a woman standing there, and something about her just screams kindred. Even though she seems comically overdressed for the situation, somehow you don't feel like cracking a smile. Whoever she is, you can tell she means business. She starts making her way to the back of the room, not making any effort to sidestep any of the junkies and drunks. We all know well enough to get out of her way. Acting out of bravery or sheer stupidity, you walk up to her. She looks at you as if you're something she just scraped off her shoe. You smile nervously without even knowing it.
Hello there, and who might you be?
Hey, what's a girl like you doing in a place like this?
Is this a cringe line competition? Because so far you're killing it. Hold it, what's your business here? Jesus, all those lines are horrible.
You know what, let's pick the worst one. As soon as you open your mouth, her hand shoots out, grabbing you by the throat. No, forget it, I don't say something as horrible as that. The woman looks at you, tilting her head as if examining a curious specimen of insect. Suddenly her eyes shift as she notices something behind you. Her face turns from disguised curiosity to sheer annoyance. You.
Hey well, that's my assistant you got there, to your mind.
She rolls her eyes. You feel a grip on your neck loosen and awkwardly fall to your feet. She makes her way toward the Angela, pushing you aside like a rag doll.
Where is she? You're gonna have to be a bit more specific, darling.
Don't play coy, Genie. The manslayer. I know she's here. Your blood hunt has begun. By the order of the prince herself. The girl is to meet her final death.
Hold your horses, Connie. I'm conducting an investigation under the auspice of a sheriff. It counts for something too.
Look, sweetie, I'm not here for some clit measuring contest.
Oh my.
You want to get ugly? Be my guest. Otherwise I suggest you step aside and let me do my job.
By all means.
He steps aside in a comically exaggerated fashion. Oh, I totally expected him to do something like that. You look to a corner where you lost Susanna, but find no trace of a girl.
Well, all be. I could swear she was just here.
Audrey looks at Delangelo. She smiles softly, but you can tell she's trying very hard to not rip his head off. You'll regret this.
Sorry of my life.
Without another word, she turns on her heels and storms out. Delangelo waves his hand in your general direction.
Come on, kids, let's get out of this shithole.
As you emerge from said shithole, you feel the cool night breeze caress your face. It's soothing and almost makes you forget how shitty the last few hours have been. Almost.
You're quick, kids. I know you got questions, but it's getting early and I don't feel like having a Q&A session right now. Oh no, you get one question, make it count.
Valerie. Valerie, huh? Who the hell is she?
She's a scourge, kid, posing for a super assassin all-around pain in the ass.
Exactly, subordinate directed to her friends. Huh. So what's the difference between scourge and a sheriff? I've never heard that term before. That's interesting.
If she finds that girl before we do, we'll never find out why she did what she did. And before you ask, yes, we've run into each other in the past. No, I don't feel like talking about it. Alright kids, I don't know about you, but I'm turning in. I'll figure some stuff up. Keep looking for the girl. Feel free to swing by the office in a night or two. And at that he stumbles off into the distance, not even bothering to keep to his shadows. Can't say you blame him. Really has been a rough night.